I tried many different things. I tried programs like Noom, purchased meal plans from athletes, not the fitness influencers. I don't do fitness influencer stuff. But you can't be needy right now. I need to make this video. And despite trying these different things, I experienced a lot of failure, and I felt like it was my fault every single time. Like there was something wrong with me. There was just some type of disconnect and I couldn't figure out what it was. So what I ended up doing was hiring a weight loss coach specifically, and that's where I saw the most results. I did plateau at 10 pounds. So I still was going through this mental thing like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I get past this? But really, what I didn't know at the time is that there was nothing wrong with me. I just needed to figure out what works best for me. And so as we get into this, just remember, these are key habits that helped me. I really hope that you can implement them. If not, maybe find something similar and tweak it. Don't force anything that does not feel right. Let's get into this. So I'm gonna start off with food, because hopefully, you know, if you are not eating below a calorie deficit, it's impossible to lose weight, no matter how healthy the food may seem. But outside of that, some things that helped me was to achieve low calorie fullness to prevent cravings and overeating. So I found things that just made it so much easier to stay full and satiated, and this would definitely help me not even think about wanting to splurge. So I always drank sparkling water, and I would try out different flavors to see what I liked. Especially in the evenings, I like the more fruity dessert-like ones. So orange vanilla is my favorite flavor. You can get that through Waterloo. Also, some off-name brands carry that as well. But they literally have everything, like raspberry lemonade. I know there's a blackberry lemonade. There's a grape, which to me tastes like a sugar-free grape soda. So I drink those throughout the day, and I especially order them when I'm out to eat at a restaurant because it gives me that sense of fullness from the carbonation. Miso soup or just like broth before or with my meals are really great. Like if I want to just devour food, but I know I'm gonna be overeating, I will make some type of soup or a broth, and that's very, very low calorie, and that helps fill me up. It has I don't know, is it that umami? That very flavorful flavor? So I like to have that with my meals if I just want to destroy some food, but I'm trying to like lean out. Smoothies with water and ice. So hear me out. I know there's this whole thing about smoothies. I should probably share my smoothie recipe. This is my smoothie recipe, and a lot of people may not like this because it's not overly sweet. But what I put in my smoothies, which fill me up, is I will blend greens of my choice. Usually it's kale. I'll just do like 2 or 3 cups of kale, and then I'll do like 2 or 3 sticks or whatever of celery. Pour some water, blend it up so you get all the little roughness out of the veggies so it's really smooth. And then I'll do half a cup, maybe a cup of blueberries and half a banana, and just blend it up. Maybe add like an inch of ginger root, or maybe add some carob powder, give it like an extra flavor. If you do have a sweet tooth, I think I started out adding stevia to it, but now I'm to the point where I don't need any extra stevia. Half a banana is fine. All that fiber really, really helps. I will also add some hemp seeds to that as well, so that adds about another like 150 calories. But that's my smoothies, and that's around what, like 300, maybe 300 calories. And it's so easy to make your smoothie like 500 or more calories because fruits are so yummy. But if you stick to a low-calorie smoothie that you enjoy, emphasis on you enjoy, highly recommend that. For cravings for sweets at night, I would do like a hot cocoa or do like a hot carob drink. I don't do milk or like almond milk or anything with it. It's literally just hot water, a couple scoops of the powder, a couple drops of stevia, and that's it, and sip on that. So super low calorie, helps with cravings. I will say I don't really do that anymore. I don't really need something like that decadent in the evening like I used to. So just be aware, like you're feeling this now, but it will change over time. And lastly, when I go to parties or events, I obviously avoid drinking, and I like to use what's called hop water. If you enjoy beer, you will like hop water because it has obviously the hops that they put in beer, but it's like a seltzer. I will put an image of my favorite kind. There's some that are meh, but my favorite kind is so good because it has these like special herbs and like lavender or the citrus thing. We'll just move on. So because I have experience training for figure competitions, which is similar to bodybuilding and such, I've learned a lot about my body and how it responds to protein and exercise and training. And something that I've actually changed, which I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, I can't believe you. I am done with being obsessed with protein. And that's for my body type. Again, everyone's body type is different, but because I build muscle so easily, I don't need to obsess over protein constantly. And I think that for me was what was making me gain weight, because I was constantly trying to eat protein. So I feel like I constantly had to eat more and more and more. And once I let that go and focus on eating protein within an hour of training, and then whatever meal I would have later on, like, yes, I want to have protein with my dinner. Yes, some type of protein with my breakfast, if I eat breakfast, if I'm not doing intermittent fasting. But definitely, it's imperative to have protein within an hour of training for the protein synthesis to rebuild those muscle fibers after training. That you just have to. We're not gonna go any more into that. I studied exercise science. I have a bachelor's degree in it, so I will spare you. Let's move on to the next one. Ditching food delivery apps. That was probably the hardest thing for me to do. I created such a habit, such a lifestyle around food delivery apps once the whole 2020 thing happened. It was really hard for me to stop. And now I'm finally in a place where I'm good. I'm good with it. But it really took me to stop ordering out and to start associating my food and meals with a grocery store. If I want pizza for my cheat meal or whatever, my treat, my weekly treat, I would go into the grocery store and get a frozen pizza, or go to the, not the deli, but where all the fresh food is, and they get the, like from scratch, take and bake pizzas. I would get a salad and bring that from the grocery store to have with my pizza. And it really helped create that disconnect from like, I'm hungry, I'm ordering food, to, oh, I'm hungry, do I feel like going to the grocery store? Because sometimes you'd be hungry, but when it's like, I gotta go to the grocery store, I'm not really that hungry. Okay, so speaking of meals, create a meal plan you don't have to count calories for. So what you're gonna do is choose your favorite meals that you want to eat regularly, and you're gonna input that into whatever calorie counter you use. I use MyFitnessPal. I would just look at how many calories these my favorite meals are and that I want to eat on a regular basis. And I already did the pre-work of, you know, doing a whole calculator of how many calories do I need to eat each day to lose X amount of pounds. Like, there's calculators out there online. I think many of you know. So for me, I was aiming about 1,500 to 1,600 calories a day that I needed to meet. And so some of my meals I put in MyFitnessPal went over that. So I would tweak it. Like maybe just put more veggies instead of carbs, maybe like change the potato to half a potato to a small potato. I would just swap things out to where it's still something that I enjoy. And instead of constantly putting in, okay, how many calories did I eat today? I would just eat those same meals. I would have a rotation of maybe like five meals that I like to eat on a regular basis throughout the week, the day, whatever. Sometimes not in the same order. Maybe I'll have a smoothie for breakfast, but then maybe I'll have a smoothie like towards the end of the day. Didn't matter. I was still eating the same foods, which made it so easy and less stressful to obsess over these calories. To do that though, I will say, and I did not add it in here, I use a scale to weigh my food. I measure my food every single day. Sometimes I will eyeball something, like if I'm doing half a banana, I'm gonna eyeball half a banana. There's no way I'm gonna measure a banana, right? I don't really measure vegetables. Sometimes I'll measure fruit if I wanna like go ham and eat more fruit than normal. So the last thing with food I have here is pre-game your restaurant meals with a small snack to avoid overindulging. I put small snack here. I'll be honest, sometimes I will have a full-on meal before going to a restaurant, because this is gonna keep me from straying. And I know myself, if I see If I see tres leches on the menu, I am gonna want tres leches. I'm not going to say no to something like that when I'm going out with friends. I still get what I want, but if I'm full, I'm not gonna overeat. And the foods that I'm eating at home are so low calorie. I'd rather eat extra food that's low calorie than overeat food that's really high calorie with lots of oils, lots of sodium. So that's what I do. That's what worked with me. I hope it works for you too. That's my logic. And this is really a mental game. That is something I learned with weight loss, is learning what your triggers are, learning what helps you trick your brain into being happy during this journey. Something that, I don't know, this may be basic, but I'm just gonna throw it in here, is when a friend invites you to lunch or dinner or hang out, and let's say you've already gone to lunch with a friend and you don't want to double up that week, ask them to switch things up and to go on a walk on a trail, or ask them to like get coffee or tea instead of lunch. Like, try to switch things up. Don't just say yes just because someone makes a suggestion. They want to spend time with you. That's priority. It's not about the food. If any of this has been helpful for you, anything resonated with you, anything that you thought like, oh wow, like that's interesting, I want to try that, like, please hit the like button on this video. That lets me know that it is helpful, and then I should probably make more stuff like this in the future to help other people. So going into the physical stuff, I don't reinvent the wheel at all. So this is probably why the physical section of this video is gonna be so short. I don't create my own programs. Like I said earlier, previously looked for meal plans and exercise programs from athletes. Remember, athletes, not fitness influencers. Or maybe a personal trainer. That's really a great resource. I follow Gina Aliotti's workout routines. I've been following her for years. She is a figure competitor who has won the Arnold Classic on, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 or more occasions. I've been in many of her programs. She's helped me a lot through the years. She's got it when it comes to like training. I love her workouts and it makes me really excited to do them. And she always switches things up, which shocks my body. She's just a wealth of knowledge. If you can find a program from someone you trust and a program that you enjoy doing, and also, very important, someone who makes programs that doesn't beat up your body. Like, if you've had knee surgery, if you have like shoulder issues, like find a program that you can do that doesn't flare up your injuries. I mean, we're in our 30s now, so like we all have something. We all either low back problems, knee problems, like elbow tendonitis, like neck. We all have all the things. So find a program that caters to that. The other thing I have in here is increasing your steps. I have a hard time with the whole steps thing. I do check on it on my phone. However, what's worked for me is doing the steps thing, but with stairs. So instead of focusing so much on steps, I focus on stairs. If stairs are available, I am taking. Non-negotiable, I am taking stairs. Unless I'm going to, I don't know, unless I'm going on a date, I'm going on a special event, I'm wearing heels, wearing something nice, I don't want to get sweaty, no stairs. But that's not a frequent thing. So I am constantly going up and down stairs. You saw my dog, we go on walks. I live on the 5th floor of my apartment complex. So I do it every single day, multiple times, and I find that to be very helpful for shaping my legs. And lastly, okay, so strive for consistency over frequency. So when I started working out, it was a crapshoot. it was all over the place about how frequent I was going. And then I decided to do just 2 days a week. And once 2 days a week became easy after a month and a half, I bumped it up to 3, bumped it up to 4. And now I'm at the point where I do 4. Sometimes I'll do a little extra. Sometimes I may do 3. But if I only train 3 days, if I only train 3 days, I will do like a yoga exercise. I try to keep it at 4. I do some type of physical exercise 4 days a week. But it's something you build up to doing. And it's important because that consistency will make it a part of who you are. It makes it a part of your lifestyle, which is why people say like start small. Now let's talk about mental. Let's get mental here. So first things first, accept you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna fall off, but you're gonna get back on. You will accidentally eat something that's high calorie and you will intentionally eat something that's high calorie. Maybe you'll go on a binge. It's gonna happen, and that's okay. Because the most powerful thing is as soon as you fall out of sync, just get back on it. It doesn't matter how many calories, doesn't matter how many cookies you ate, it doesn't matter how many weeks you haven't gone back to the gym. Just start going back to the gym. There's nothing wrong with you. This is literally what happens because you're building a routine, and also you're human. Even athletes end up picking out too, so you're not that special. All right, so other thing, this is helpful for me, and I do want to like say disclaimer, like if you have any type of eating disorder or any triggers with the scale, definitely skip this part. But for me personally, stepping on the scale each day or every other day has been very helpful for me. Not as a, oh my gosh, am I at this number, but more, okay, how's my body feeling? I start to recognize, oh, I went out for Italian food last night and it jumped up a few pounds. So this is probably bloating from all the sodium that I ate last night. I definitely have been starting to notice certain times in my cycle, my weight will be up, my weight will fluctuate a bit. And I'd say the coolest thing I like about seeing this is just seeing how resilient and how much the body bounces back. I went to a concert, and so I had some drinks, and when I weighed myself the next day, I was up like 4 or 5 pounds. Whoa, that's a big jump. I still stuck to my whole like eating plan, training, and then the next day dropped. Those 5 pounds, it was gone. It's just crazy how it's just like you needing to flush things out. It's the sodium, it's the electrolyte imbalances, it's the food you're eating that, it's just like, and also your hormones as a woman, it's our hormones. There's like so many factors, and I think it's just really cool to see the number on a scale to go up and down, because it just reminds you like my body is not a robot. I can't expect it to be perfect, and idealizing a number is not any proof of me being healthy or, you know, meeting a goal. It's all about how your body looks. At least that is how it is for me. Today I was a few pounds over to what I expected to be, and I thought my body looked great today. And so it's just a reminder, it doesn't matter, but it's a great way, it is a great way to gauge what you're eating and how certain foods and certain times of the month is impacting your body. This is not something you need to do, especially if it triggers you. I'd say especially just accept that you're not perfect, number one. I think that was the biggest thing for me. Never feel like there's something wrong with you. The hardest part of weight loss is making that lifestyle change and giving yourself grace when, for whatever reason, it doesn't go as planned. Today, I'm gonna dare you to take at least one thing you've learned in this video and implement it into your lifestyle for the next 30 days. If you remember, please come back to this video and just comment how it's been going for you. As simple as having the seltzer water. That's my favorite thing. I will have like 2 or 3 seltzers, and it just makes me feel so full and keeps me from wanting to binge. And so I just hope things like those tips are helpful. And again, non-weight loss things that help with your weight loss, I'll put that video link in the description box. But yeah, super excited. I love talking about health and fitness. I used to be a personal trainer. I obviously, you know, I competed. I'll show my trophy if I haven't already yet in this video. And yeah, I'm just such a health and fitness nerd. So if you have any other suggestions, please leave it below in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.